December 9th, 2018, Hard Rock Stadium, Miami, Florida.
69 yards to go. It all comes down to one play.
Can Gronk play defense? This is the Miami Miracle. Welcome to Games with Names. I'm Julian Edelman. They're Jack and Kyler, and we're on the search to find the greatest game of all time. We got a great episode coming up with Brandon Bolden, and if you haven't already, drop a like and subscribe to both Games with Names and our show with Gronk, Dudes on Dudes. Let's go. Games with Names is a production of iHeartRadio. Welcome to Games with Names. Today we are looking at the Miracle in Miami, Patriots versus Dolphins, Week 14 of the 2018 season with Brandon Bolden. BB, in one sentence, why this game?
Revenge.
That's one word.
One word.
One sentence, one word. Some people have gone monologues about this. Some people have had run-on sentence about this. BB, coachable guy, one word, one sentence. Is this the greatest game of all time?
I wouldn't say greatest game of all time. Me and you have been a part of some pretty spectacular games, but it's definitely up there.
It's up there.
It's up there.
What's life looking like these days?
Oh, man. Trying to figure out what's next still. Staying in shape, running behind my kids. 14, 8, 6, and 2.
Jeez.
So, yeah. I've been to more dance recitals and football practice. We're doing weightlifting practice now. My daughter, she had a chance to go to the Junior Olympics, but her team didn't make it. But it's been fun, honestly. Throughout my career, I never had this much time where I can go just hang out with them. Like I could go eat lunch at school with my daughter. So, that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, isn't it crazy that when you're done with sport as a professional athlete, for me, the only high that compares to football high or even more is when you see your kids progress at something they've been working on.
Yes. Big
and
time.
Being a sport guy, especially in sport.
Especially in sport. Like my 6-year-old, she's starting to read now. And she's reading comfortably. Not like this dog ran fast. This dog ran fast. And she her personality is coming out into it. So that's been great to see. My 2-year-old, that's the daredevil. She will climb to the top bunk. Daddy catch. And if I'm not looking, she's jumping. Yeah. But that's a good thing though. She'll land on her feet.
She'll land on her feet.
She got a little bit of athleticism from me and her mom. So, I'll take that. But just watching them progress. And I was telling you earlier, my son, he was a football kid. He traveled. He went to New England. He went to Miami. He went back to New England. He went to Vegas. And now he's settled and he has his core friends. But even with all that, the honor student, he's in four honors classes that he's in with upperclassmen. He got a 4.2 GPA. Runs track, plays football. He's doing powerlifting now just because he's bored. And it's just it's so cool to see because I was hanging with him before I came out here and they have finals this week. And I think this was a Saturday. He was like, yeah, when we going home? I was like, yeah, we'll be there in 20 minutes. He's like, all right, I want to get a head start on studying. You fucking nerd. And it's that's been the coolest thing because it's he does his sports. He hangs out with his friends. He attends all the school, sport events. He's a straight A student. And he gets a B. I'm like, hey, man, good job. He's like, nah, just got some extra work turned in. I'm going to get it up.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it's I'm so proud of him and I can't even express to him how proud I am. But he knows it's because he asked me for anything. Oh, we're going to get it right now. It's yeah, I think I want to try guitar. Get in the car. Yeah, he's like, no, for Christmas. Get in the car. We go get it right now. I have no problems. I never had anybody call. I think a teacher called and was like, I don't know if it was him, but the group that he was with was talking too much, so I punished the whole group. He talked to him. He was like, it was just a punishment. It's nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're a great kid, bro.
Dude.
You're a great kid.
I mean, that's expected. BB was a great teammate. great guy in the locker room. I mean, it's so funny to hear you working out with your kids because people don't realize BB was like the most explosive guy on our team. We used to do these Kaiser compression measurements things and hamstring this and hamstring that. And at the top of everything, BB was the top.
Yeah.
Like he was just so explosive.
Yeah.
Now, is that Louisiana? What's up with, why did a Louisiana kid go to Ole Miss?
It was a lot that went into it. Like I was getting recruited, like before Les Miles got there, I never forget Jimbo Fisher had came to my high school, and that was like the biggest thing because LSU really didn't recruit in the state like that. And Jimbo had bought, what's his name? Jacob Hester.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first person who I shook his hand and I felt like my hand was small. Like I wanted to shake his hand, his middle finger was like up my wrist. It was like, God, he's huge. Like, man, we would love to have you. And, you just keep doing what you're doing. And I was like, all right, cool. I might actually go to LSU. And then Les comes in, Frank Wilson, who was actually interim head coach. He was the running back coach all the way back in 2000. What was that? 2008. And he came up to me and he was like, look, we want to have you, but we have 7 guys in our running back room right now. You would make 8. So we will assign you as a safety, because I played safety in high school too. And he was like, if it comes down to it, we could have you just play both sides. Like, all right, cool. I think maybe a week or 2 after that, Ed Ogeron calls, and you remember Farmer Fran from Waterboy?
Yeah.
That's who I
Coach
thought was
O.
on the phone.
And we'll come down and get you to Mississippi and then get you on board some crawfish and get some jambalaya. It's
Like, it was so bad, like I had to put on speakerphone, like, Mom, somebody playing with me?
And where's Ed out of right now? He's at Ole Miss, or he's at LSU still?
He's at Ole Miss now at that
point.
And then I think I was scheduled for a visit like a week before my birthday in January. He got fired the week before that.
Ed?
Yeah. And so Houston Nutt is coming. And so now I'm like,
Who's Houston Nutt?
the running back, the head coach for Arkansas Razorbacks, Derek McFadden, Felix Jones, Mal. So it was like, that was a hell of a running back coach. I'm going to see what they're talking about and get there. And at that time, I think they only had 2 running backs on the roster, and they signed 4 freshmen that year. And I was one of them. And it was like, yeah, this is what we're doing. So went to Ole Miss, and here we are.
Wow. Well, how is Ole Miss as a university? It's like, I heard it's beautiful. It's like a beautiful campus. It's like...
It's a very beautiful campus. Like, even just like, it was some song he used to play every fucking camp. Boys of Fall.
Yeah.
And it's like, I never heard the song at that time. I'm 18. My music library wasn't that in-depth. But he played that song, and I never forget, he had made like a montage of all our camp practices. And it was like, you could see the trees changing colors and all this stuff. And it was like, you know what? This is actually pretty nice. And like, I'll tell you this, if we're playing Saturday at 1:00, campus is packed 5 a.m. on Friday. And like, they're deep.
Yeah.
Deep. Like, RVs are coming in Thursday night, and they got to park off campus. So if you want to go to Walmart, you got to go to Walmart between Sunday and Wednesday. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Tailgate.
The other schools are there. Fans who don't even live there. Like, it is.
I think you hear Red.
I definitely hear Red.
That's Red.
That's definitely Red.
Yeah.
Especially in California, you don't
SEC.
hear that often. That was definitely Red. Oh, this is about to become so funny. But yeah, Ole Miss is a very beautiful campus.
Yeah.
Very beautiful campus.
What's Ole Miss known for? Like, what's like is there a
Eli Manning,
Eli Manning?
AJ Brown. He came back out.
No, but like
Brandon Bolden.
Don't they
Lane
do
Kiffin?
something where like all their people at tailgates dress up a certain way? They get like super dressed up.
Oh my God. It's I don't even know what it's called, but it is the funniest thing. And my mom, that's the person who you got, like, because we're from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. My mom, my dad, my grandfather, my aunties, my uncle. I even think my grandmother went there. It's Southern University in Baton Rouge. It's an HBCU.
Yeah.
Jeans, school t-shirt, maybe a shaker or two. No, at Ole Miss, khakis, button-up tie with a jacket. Girls, Sunday's best with white high heel shoes. And so it's like you come into the game and you just like see the fans. And then the student section looks like a Catholic choir.
Yeah.
Like everybody's dressed up. But they're hammered. Hammered.
Yeah.
Like hilariously hammered. And like to score in front of the student section, like you score and you know you're already looking here. When you score that, just go up and to see everybody, the girls, everybody is like geeked.
Yeah.
And even if we lose, if it was a good game and we lost, those fans, they didn't really care. They was like, hey man, that was a great game. Come downtown to the library, we're gonna get messed up. True story. My freshman year, somebody invited me to the library. My gullible ass went to the library on campus. I didn't know the bar was named the library.
The library. They'll get you.
That gets you every time.
Now, who's the best dude you played against in the SEC?
That entire Florida team in 2008.
Hernandez, Tebow,
Spikes.
Percy, both Pounceys.
Spikes, Cunningham, Rainey. That was one game we wasn't supposed to win. That everybody counted us out. This was going to be a easy game for the Gators, and it was kind of ironically, it was kind of like the Miami Miracle. My first carry, 45 yards on a draw play.
Yeah,
and then next play was halfback toss, threw it down, and it like the tip of his fingers, but it was like a 40-yard bomb. I was so proud of that ball, and he didn't catch it. I was like, oh,
yeah.
And that was it. And then we just played the rest of the game, and we end up blocking the extra point. So we beat them 30-31.
Wow.
They were number 4, Florida.
That was the game. You remember when me and Tebow, well, we didn't get into it, but when I kind of made him mad that day we was in the locker room,
yeah,
we was talking about that game because he cried on national television. And he was like, you'll never see anybody work as hard as me and this team ever again. And they went to go win the Natty. So, I'll take the assist, though. We'll take the assist. Like, congrats. You guys did it.
That was their only loss all year.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I
So,
forgot when
that
Tebow.
whole team was ridiculous.
We had like half of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That whole team, and everybody went pro. Like I think all their starters on that team went pro.
Jeff Demps was on that team.
Jeff.
We had Jeff for
Brandon James, Tim Tebow, Riley Cooper, Cam Newton was on the roster
early.
Yeah. Spikes, Joe Hayden.
Oh, that's right. They did.
Jermaine Cunningham.
We had Cunn.
They had Hayden.
Carlos
too.
Dunlap.
Damn. That was a baller team. Now, how crazy was it when Tebow came to the Patriots?
That was young in my career. So looking back at it now, I saw what Bill and Josh was trying to do.
What were they trying to do?
Put a fire under Tom's ass.
You think so?
That's what I personally think. Like I said, looking back at it, that's what they were trying to do. But Tom ain't the person to fuck with like that. Because he took that personal. Tom, like if Tebow came out there and he's running with the 2s and the 3s, or even a few times I think he ran with the 1s, and he completes a pass, Tom's about to go 10 out of 10 for this drive. And then Mallet didn't make it any better because Mallet was like, you're not taking my number 2 spot. So them two would just have fucking battles. And I'll never forget, it was one day after camp practice, they were kind of like talking about who throws better and this, that. No, who was more athletic.
Who?
And, Mallet and Tebow. And they did like a one-on-one session for like 5 minutes after practice. And Tebow kind of hit Mallet with the stutter. He gave him the 1-2. You know, Mallet long and lanky. So Mallet took that big ass overstep. So Tebow just turned tight. Boom. And I just remember Mallet going, all right. No move, no nothing. Straight off the line, just throw the jump ball. And he went on top of Tebow, picked it up. Spent it on his head. I was like, oh, God. They're going to fight.
I forgot about this.
And then Tebow goes into the weight room and starts like curling 360. He's like, I'm never going to lose again.
Do you remember when Nico Kudavides welcomed Tebow?
No, I don't. I'm glad I don't remember.
Oh, my God.
I'm glad I don't remember that.
He was just sitting in his locker. He goes, you mean to tell me you've never jacked off? Or something? That was like his first thing or something. You never got a blowjob out there?
Yeah, no, I do remember that. You mean to tell me you're around all these Florida girls, nice looking girls, and you didn't do anything?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, you're lying, bro. You're lying, bro. No way.
And poor Tebow, he's just trying to get by, like, because he's a famous dude. Like, there was so much attraction when he came. You know, he's just trying to make a team. And you got Nico over here, the Lavoisier of the fucking locker room, just sitting there. You mean to tell me around all those girls?
And nothing? You did nothing? Spikes, come on. Get your boy. Come on. I mean, what are we doing?
It is Spikes.
Bro,
Man.
Did you hear the story that was going on recently that Tebow was offered $1 million like brand deal when he was with the Patriots, and he asked Coach Belichick if he should take it, and Bill was like, I'd prefer if you didn't, and then he got cut 3 days later.
That sounds about right, honestly. That's usually how it goes in there. Yeah, that's probably the last thing I would have took to Bill.
What's your take on Bill right now at NC?
NIL's kicking his ass, for one. But I will say, if they stick to it and he kind of takes control, kind of like how he had control with us, they're going to be pretty good in the next couple of years. Because I think he's going to have to weed out the guys who are here for NIL and the guys who are here to play football. He's a football guy. So he has guys who like football, like how we did. I think he's going to be fine. And that's what he's finding. Because we'll say the kids are not quitting on him. Like, they're continuing to go out there. They're getting their asses kicked, but they're continuing to go out. So, shout out to them and shout out to him for keeping everybody, head down, keeping the grind going. But it's tough. It's tough. And I said this when they first said he was going to take the head coaching job and it's like, in my head, he's with college kids.
Yeah.
He's going to take him a while to adjust to it.
You think he's going to stay a while?
I hope he does. Because I would like to see him, be successful at that level. But as we've been seeing, people have been fired for less. But, wish him all the best. He got Jamie and High and everybody out
Brady
there.
Brady Kitchens, too. Is there.
You got Kitch out there? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you want to see the guys do good.
You want to see him do good. You think he's going to get a shot at the league?
Giants?
He has a personal vendetta against teams from New York.
I think Coach Kitchens just got fired by BB.
Yeah, Jack from the Ether just gave us a news update. Coach Kitchens did get fired. R.I.P.
I could see him going to the Jets.
Giants?
Giants, that's what I meant. He's definitely not ever going to
Doing
the
the
Jets. He's not going. He been there, done that. He's not doing that one. I can see him going to the Giants, but I don't know. Because, Bill is as petty as they come, too. Bill is super petty. Like, remember we was getting ready to play, was it? I think it was when Gase got fired from Miami. He ended up coaching the Jets. And he gave us the rundown of how Gase got his job. And he was like, it's only because he married like some high-end defensive coordinator's daughter, and that's how he got into coaching and stuff like that. And so it's like, if he felt that he could out-coach you, like, he would do petty shit, like make us jump off sides to make the clock run out.
Yeah.
Just to prove a point. So, I don't know.
I don't want to leave SEC talk yet. Can you, I'm from New England. He's from California. Can you explain SEC football to the uninitiated?
Pretty much how the nation views Texas football is how SEC football is. Like, I'm not knocking any other conference because everybody's good, especially if you make it to the league. I didn't play. We had Jeremiah Masoli come in after he had the little run in Oregon. And I think that was my junior year. And I'll never forget, he came down there. He was like, man, I done played against this person and this person. And we're like, oh. So, and like the first day of practice came, he tried his little famous spin move. And like right when he went into it, the defender like smacked him like face mask right on your spine. Like, yeah, that shit don't work out here, buddy.
Yeah.
Everybody's fast and the littlest person hits the hardest. And it's just tradition and it just keeps going. And like they're adding teams to the SEC and see, some teams are doing well. And some teams, y'all probably should have waited a couple more years because it gets dangerous in the SEC. It really does. But with all the new technology and everything else, it's like you're getting kids to go different places. So, other conferences are doing very well.
So is the SEC still the SEC when the Big Ten's been winning the Natties lately?
It's not the SEC of old, no. That was my point of bringing up the entire like social media thing. Because like back then, if you didn't have any good film, it would just be by the grace of God, some scout came to watch somebody on the other team and you just so happened to go off that game. Now you got an SEC offer. And so then it's like you get one SEC offer, then here come all the other SEC schools. My first SEC offer was fucking Vanderbilt.
They had a big year this year.
Kid's got a 4.2. We know where the brain comes from.
No. I will not take full credit for that.
Vandy's a good school.
I hate
Some
school.
call it the South,
Harvard of the
Stanford of the
South.
South.
Yeah.
And it really is. It's a real good school.
They're fucking balling right now in college football because they got money.
Yeah. That's
Their
what
quarterback
I'm
finished
saying.
second Heisman and then flamed out online.
What do you do?
He just said a bunch of shit he shouldn't have.
What do you say?
Just like Indiana sucks or like the guy who won. Blah, blah, blah. He apologized literally 24 hours after.
Because he said,
I'll link pull it up exactly.
he said, fuck all the voters.
Yeah, something like that.
Hey.
So no, Vandy's a great school. But that was my first offer. And I never visited the school.
Yeah.
And then it was like, here comes Vandy. Then LSU comes to visit. Ole Miss came to visit. Arkansas makes some calls. And I was like, okay, that's how this works. And then other schools kind of piggyback off of that.
In this day and age, do you think you would have stayed all 4 years at Ole Miss, or would you have dipped somewhere else for the money? Because I've been playing this in my head for a while.
You would have went someplace.
Yeah, because I balled out I went to junior college, and then I went to Kent, and I balled out that first year at Kent, which we only went 6-6, but I probably would have went to Oregon or something right after.
You definitely would have had somebody looking for you.
You know what I mean?
Honestly,
Utah.
after my sophomore year, well, actually, no. After my junior year, that's the year that kind of pissed me all the way off. We were very good on paper. We had Jeremiah Masoli, we had me, Jeff Scott, Rodney Scott, Corey McNeat. We had a receiver named Melvin Harris, who was like 6'5", 6'6". We had Bobby Massey, who played, I think, 9 years in the NFL. Like, our O-line average fucking was 310. So we were I thought very good on offense, but the play callings was the dumbest shit ever. Like, we were playing LSU. Going into the half, I think I was 9 for like 90-something, and Jeff was like 10 for 90-something. We both finished for like 11 for like 97 yards. We just stopped running the ball.
Well, it's like the Pats versus the Bills in the second time they
that
played.
Was insane.
Another thing about the SEC, we asked Ridley about what's like the toughest thing. What are they called? 110s? 110 sprints?
Oh my God. Don't say that.
Explain what a 110 sprint is.
110 is you line up in the back of the end zone and you run to the goal line on the other side. Think you got the skill had anywhere from like 14 to 16 seconds. And it would be
That's an average of like 17 and a half miles an hour, probably.
Crazy.
Which you have to hit 7. You have to keep
it.
Yeah.
Bro. 10, cake. 15, all right. 20, okay. Once you start hitting the 30s, it's fuck this.
Yeah.
And then it's like, we'll do that. And there'll be some days where it was like, hey, we only got 10 of them. And in your head, you're like, shit, 10, it's going to be an easy Friday. It's going to be great. You got 10 stadiums too.
Yeah.
So you go from 110s to just running stadiums. And the stadiums is the scariest thing. Like I didn't had a couple teammates get to the top, that first step down, and they just come rolling. You just go-goom, 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 go-goom.
Yeah.
And it's like, so yeah, the 110s, that's, but you would have been fine doing 110s. You would have been one of the people that pissed me off because it's like, how the fuck are we on 26 and you still running at the same speed? Because you running them 3-minute runs. So imagine that's what a 3-minute run is.
Yeah.
Is a fucking 110 every time.
Yeah. I was always the rabbit.
Yes. I love telling this story. When Chad ran him, Chatty-O had ran the 3-minute run with us one time.
Did he?
And we finished like by the bubble. And Josh wanted us to run all the way over so we could do no huddle. And Josh was, come on, get over here. And Chatty-O goes, you come run this shit, motherfucker. Guys, we're not going to make it.
I forgot Chatty-O ran it with us.
Chatty-O would jump in and it would be like every blue moon. Like Chad knew he couldn't do that shit every week. So Chad would like do it one week and then like 2-3 weeks later, he's like, I'm going to try it again. And it'd be the same thing. It's like, oh, my back. Daddy's hammies, they're not built like they used to be.
No, the running was a lot. In the SEC, sounds college running just in general
Was a lot.
for everyone. I remember we used to do the 300s, and it wasn't like a down back. You had to go around the football field. They were called 330s. We used to have to do 12 of them, and you only get like a minute break. But all college running, they're just trying to break these little kids. You got to, because that's how you sift them out.
Yeah.
Can we talk about this Egg Bowl?
Ooh, Egg Bowls.
What's the Egg Bowl?
Egg Bowl is Ole Miss versus Mississippi State. Why it's called an Egg Bowl, I'm not even going to sit here and pull your chain. I have no fucking idea. It's a cool little trophy though. But it's like, that is the last game of the season. It's usually always around Thanksgiving. And it gets hectic because it'd be like hate state week. So it's like everybody, like people are burning burgundy and white shit on campus. Like it's bad.
Yeah.
And then you turn around and you're going there. Like the worst thing about Mississippi State is going through Starkville. Starkville is where most of the cows in Mississippi are.
Yeah.
So it smells like shit from the time you see the Starkville line. Campus smell like shit.
Oh, wow.
It's so bad. But, it was always a good game. Like my freshman year, we beat the dog shit out of them. Sophomore year, I think we went to them.
Did you play against Dak? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Dak beat us in the Egg Bowl.
What were your years?
08 through 11.
Yes, you won the first 45-0.
Yeah.
And then you lost the next 3.
3. Yep. Sounds about right.
Egg Bowl.
How annoying are the cowbells?
Cowbells are, I don't like cowbells now.
More cowbell, please.
Let's cowbell.
Like, imagine going out for kickoff. Most schools, they're playing music or the band is playing. No, whole stadium is just ringing fucking cowbells.
Wow.
The entire stadium. The kids are like flipping you off with a cowbell.
The Kings used to do that.
Really?
Sacramento
Really?
Kings
Yeah.
back in the day. They used to do the cowbell and sack. Not like that, because,
Yeah.
It's cowbell.
SEC fans are like hooligans, like the soccer hooligans.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how you compare, like, I would say the tribal shit in other countries with soccer is kind of like the college football fans in America.
I bet that.
That's fair. I take that.
Because they be doing gang fights and shit out there. You know what I mean?
So I played in Florida. That's 100 plus. Played in LSU. That's 100 plus. Played against Tennessee. That's 100 plus. The loudest SEC school I played against was South Carolina.
Wow. Gamecocks.
We were number 4 in the nation at that time. We had Jevin Sneed, RP, my dog Jevin. He was like, he transferred from Texas. It was this long, big ass story. And we go out there and I can't think of the name of the fucking song, but they played that for kickoff.
Hockey shit.
Yeah.
And the entire stadium is jumping. So it's like music's blasting, they're jumping, so all that's making noise. Bro, I'm back there and it was like the old NCAA, like everything is shaking.
Impact player.
Straight impact player.
Yeah.
And we went out there and it was like, we couldn't do shit right. We called toss to the left, the O-line ran right. So it's like you're just fucking naked. Is we calling slants on one side, goals on the other. The slants are running goals. The goals are running slants. It was just all bad. And I don't even want to say it was a close game. I feel like we got our ass kicked too. But that was by far one of the loudest stadiums I played in.
Loudest stadium I ever played in was, see, we were always like I went to Kent State, so like we were like the team that probably the stadium didn't get that loud for because they were expecting to beat us. But I will tell you, Virginia Tech used to get rowdy.
I've heard.
Because the way they build it and then Metallica coming out, that thing was sick. Played at the Horseshoe. They weren't that loud for us because they looked down on us like we were like the step kids of Ohio. You know what I mean? So they didn't get that loud. Kentucky got kind of loud. Kentucky would get kind of loud.
Kentucky would get loud.
We played against them when they had Woodson, and they had we used to battle against the linebacker they had, Edmonds. Was he there? No,
not when I played. No,
it wasn't Edmonds. It was another guy. He was on the Titans, tight end or linebacker. He played for a long time. But regardless, before we leave the SEC, thoughts on Lane Kiffin?
Lane's a great guy. I never met him personally. I've only heard, I haven't heard any bad stories about him ever. To see kind of what he did going to Ole Miss, and they were really good when he got there, and then to see kind of how much better he made them and how the kids really bought in and are actually playing for him and stuff. So seeing that aspect, him going to LSU, with that's home for me. So, I would love to see him go be successful. I think he'll be all right. It seems like he's making the right moves so far. But all the other kind of off the field stuff is kind of raise an eyebrow at it. But at the same time, what LSU coach didn't have those problems at this point.
Honestly, I don't think it's his fault. College football is just a joke.
Yeah.
And you got kids transferring whenever they want, twice a year. Coaches are leaving. Can we get some fucking rules?
The timing is awful too.
Can we get some fucking rules?
Timing is awful.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Congress.
Ole Miss might be national championships. We're recording this before the playoffs. Anything can happen in college football this year.
Is Ole Miss going to do a dent? Is Ole Miss going to do some damage in the playoff?
I really think so. They have a really good team. And if watching them is kind of, you remember how Bill used to say you don't take everybody lightly? You don't play, you have to play everybody the same. You can see when they come out and they just think this is going to be a walk in the park, and then they can flip a switch and it's just this is a great fucking team. I think they can go as far as their legs can take them, because like I said, they're playing their asses off, everybody across the board.
Wow. So you think they're going to continue it with Lane Kiffin not being in the building coaching during the playoff run?
Honestly, I would hope for them that they take this as a point to prove that it wasn't just him. It was us too. He bought us here, but God damn it, we the ones out here doing all the hard work. That's what I'm hoping for them.
Yeah.
And they got Tulane first. And granted, this has already all happened. They got Tulane first and then Georgia if they win that game.
Yeah, we'll see that.
And then that's the bracket of Ohio State too. So They went to the championship. They beat Tulane, Georgia, and Ohio State.
That'd be a hell of a
That's
run.
hell of a run.
Did you see? Just because all the Lane Kiffin stuff, just being on the internet, all the memes are so fucking funny. Did you see that they put like all of his wardrobe just like in the street? Did you see that picture?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god! Can you pull that up real quick? Just the memes of coaches changes and the SEC tracking flights and stuff.
Oh my god! There's flight trackers. I've been watching that.
I saw some petty stuff where like the private planes that were going to take him from Oxford to Baton Rouge. The Oxford airport is owned by Ole Miss. That they like didn't let him leave from that airport, so they did an airport that's a little bit further away.
I want to say that airport is almost like 40 minutes.
Yeah,
from Oxford's airport. And if even funnier, they told the fans where he was going.
Oh yeah, he got it.
So he got like the moment he got out the car, he was getting booed till he got on the plane.
I saw
That is
so
hilarious.
funny.
So what is that?
That's his clothes from his office when he left. Someone at Ole Miss just put his shit
Just put his shit to the street.
Some serious ex-girlfriend vibes.
Real ex-girlfriend vibes right there.
Man.
Never changed.
At least they hung it up though and just throw it out.
It's classy. It's Ole Miss. It's classy. It's not Mississippi State.
It is easy to see, especially in the sports industry, how some guys fold in crunch time while others rise to the occasion. Those guys know they're needed, especially when the going gets rough, and can help lead their team to victory. Sparks gives guys that quick confidence to perform when it matters most. Rose Sparks are a 2-in-1 prescription treatment for guys who need a game-winning play. Rose Sparks begin to work in 15 minutes on average after they dissolve under your tongue. In the heat of the moment, you've always been taught to lean on your preparation. I prepare by having Rose Sparks on hand at all times, so there's no need to panic in your hurry-up offense. Rose Sparks' dual-action formula contains tadalafil, which stays active in your system for up to 36 hours. No, you don't stay hard the whole time, but when you get aroused, your body can respond. Rose Sparks gives guys a boost to get harder and last longer. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off your first order of Rose Sparks on a reoccurring plan. That's ro.co/GWN for $15 off your first order. All right, let's go back to December 9th, 2018. Let's talk about some pop culture. Number one movie this time was Ralph Breaks the Internet. You ever see that? I didn't see that one.
I don't think I've seen that one either.
Number one song, Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. I hear that a lot. Around pop culture, A Star Is Born, really good. Creed 2, good. Grinch, Bohemian Rhapsody. That's the animation Grinch.
Yeah.
Not the...
Yeah, it was all right. It was good. All in the box office. A 1954 letter written by Albert Einstein sells for $2.5 million. What was on that letter?
It was regarding his faith and search for the meaning of life. The letter was addressed to Eric Gutkind, who's a German philosopher.
Huh.
Wow.
Interesting.
Super Bowl champions.
You just hang that up.
He shreds it like the
He's
Banksy
like, oh yeah,
painting.
Albert Einstein wrote a letter to some guy, but I got it now. I don't even know if he got the letter.
Scratches his name off and like to me
Put it to me.
in crayon.
Okay, 2.5 for a letter.
EMC squared. Right?
E equals MC squared.
E equals MC squared. What does it mean?
Energy times mass
Mhm.
plus the constant of how fast light moves squared equals energy equals mass times the square root of the speed of light.
Now, how did he find that out with no technology? He just guessed it.
That's why he's called a theoretical physicist.
Lie.
He's
Smart.
He's lying.
Smart guy.
But no one's smart enough to call
No
him
one
out
is
on
gonna
it.
call him on it. It's like, oh, that's new.
What's that? It's Always Sunny joke where it's like, I don't know enough, but I think that that's not right. And you guys won the Super Bowl this
We
year.
won a Super Bowl this
not
year.
you guys, you. Sorry,
Patrick
Jules. Sorry, Brandon.
Mahomes
It's okay.
was MVP.
That's a funny story too.
Clemson won the Natty. Heisman was Kyler Murphy. Patrick Mahomes tearing his ACL. That's, we're recording this a week after. That's sad.
Yeah, very. You don't ever want to see anybody
That's
go down,
sad.
but you don't like people.
I was
going
riding
down
into the
is
dirt. I've been writing them on my TV show, Fox NFL Kickoff. I'm like, they're gonna go down like champions. Nah, it didn't go down like it. It's hard.
That's tough. It's tough to watch. He's not a bad, he's not a terrible person.
No, I love Patrick Mahomes.
Just to see it, it's just like, fuck.
I've hung out with him a couple times. He's awesome. He's a great dude. You'd love playing with him. And as much as everyone hates him, you don't ever want to see that.
Yeah, you don't want to see it. No, 100%.
And this late in the year, it's going to affect him for next year.
Next year, like he probably won't be able to do no off-season program, and camp is out of the question.
Is it? Or is this something that makes him change everything?
I got what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Because it was
the injury to Brady, the ACL, and then after that he went to TB12.
They were both 30 too.
Maybe we'll see.
Not to be hot takey, whatever, but did Patrick Mahomes throw his last pass to Travis Kelce?
I think so. Probably. Is Kelce going to hang him up? By this time, he could have already hung him up.
He's a $20 million cap hit next year too. Tiger Woods won his first tour win in over 5 years at the Tour Championship.
Oh yeah, this was that time.
That was he came back. Yeah.
Now we went over some of the songs and stuff. What was on the pregame playlist for Brandon Bolden in 2018?
Ooh, I think that's when I had established straight game day playlist. Do you remember the psychologist we had? Like nerdy looking guy, had the glasses. He was always in there with Jim.
Sully?
What? I can't remember his name.
Was it Sully?
I don't think it was Sully. I don't remember Sully.
It wasn't Johan.
No. It was not Johan.
I was about to say.
Johan.
Those are different territories.
Very different territories. It's two different spectrums. But I'll never forget, I think it was my rookie year, he came up to me and was like, "What are you listening to?" And I think that time I was
John Sullivan, right? John Sullivan.
Yeah.
I think it was John Sullivan.
Is it, hold on, I got his picture.
It was John Sully. Because we just did he just wrote a book on the brain.
Yeah. Him.
Yeah.
He was the one that was like, all this music with all this bass and stuff, you need to slow your heart rate down before you go out there. And that's kind of when it went to, I'm about to put a bunch of old school songs. Not no like lovey-dovey, oh, I miss my woman. Yes.
Yeah, John Sully.
Smartest man I ever met. And so that's when everything changed. And then when we started to Start Your Day Right, he was kind of the one who was like, yeah, let's calm everybody down. We don't really need to be all excited 4 hours before we go out there to practice. And I was like, that makes sense.
That's definitely where I heard that, because it was about that time when I started changing my playlist. Like I go to instrumental stuff. Remember I always talk about that.
You would always do
and it must have been because John Sullivan, he would always talk to us and give us little stuff like that.
He like just, hey, what do you listen to? And you just hand him your headphones. He'll jam out the whole song. He'll listen to the whole song and hand it back to you with a smile. It's like, I want to play something a little slower.
Your beats per minute are too high.
And it's like once he told me that and I actually start trying it, I felt so much better going into games. It's not like, oh shit. It's more like, who am I going to fuck up first? I can think so much clearer now.
Yeah.
And like he changed my game way back then. And it was just like I tried to subtly, express it throughout the locker room.
Can you give us some specifics on like the type of music you shifted to, or like some songs that would like be on your playlist later on?
Sitting at the Dock of the Bay, like Otis Redding, like Temptations was heavy on there.
The Motown?
A lot of Motown. I can't think of who sings it. Free Fallin'.
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty had him on there. I'm a Family Guy person, so I had a lot of Conway Twitty for some reason.
Okay.
And it's funny because my kids will sing Conway Twitty for like, it'll just pop up and it's on shuffle. It's like, The Rose. I'm like, oh, wow, you know this one.
It's trending on TikTok.
Now, can you explain to everyone what the pressures you feel as being an aux cord guy? Because you were the aux cord guy for the locker room?
I was responsible for the well-being of 50 plus human beings who I was not related to. So we would come in and I can't remember what happened, but I never forget that day you came in and it was like, crank it up. I was like, what's wrong? He's like, crank it up. It's like coaches are trying to give out practice ideas and stuff. It's just in the back. You just hear everybody singing. Cause I can't remember what song it was. I think we were playing like, were we playing Dre Day or no. Today's Gonna Be a Good Day by Ice Cube. It was a good day. And the entire locker room, even a few coaches, get a little head bob, and then everybody's rapping it at the top of their lungs. Kraft walks in, going to work out with his tights and a sweatshirt on. So it was just like, it was a great time. But the pressure of I'm responsible for everything. And it was even funnier because some guy was like, hey, man, I bet you don't have this song. And I was like, here, search it. Like, oh, you do have it, man. Play this next. And I was like, yeah, go ahead. Like, I have over 13,000 songs on my Apple Music.
So how do you get to the position of the keeper of the aux cord? Is that elected or you just take it?
It was like an audition because I was like, I had a speaker in my locker. I'm like, B King had a speaker. And then there was a couple other guys on the other side of the locker room. Everybody had like a big speaker, but I had this big ass, it was called a bump box. It's like the old school stereos you could just hang on your shoulder. Mine was so big that I had to turn it and stick it in the back of my locker.
Yeah.
So it was like my locker was a sound system on its own. So
you put your phone in a cup.
Yeah, we graduated from the cup a long time ago.
Bro, this is the NFL locker room, dog. We got money.
We got money.
You guys are bringing in your own speakers? Like there's no official team locker room speaker?
Nah. Well,
so then you have like a couple, you have to consolidate power to be the main aux guy?
No, we all have power in our lockers.
Okay.
Come on, bro. This is...
Yeah, everybody has their own power, but then it was just like sometimes some music was just too good to play over. So like they'll be playing something, I'll be playing something, and I can hear theirs, and I'll just turn mine down.
Okay, so it's a respect thing.
And it's just let it rock.
Yeah.
But then it'll be some days like, hey, B, crank that shit up. All right.
What was some of the hitters that guys liked?
Ooh, who was out at that time? I think like we had Baby, Kevin Gates. It was an occasional Set It Off. That was like 3 times a week. That was requested.
What was the one SEC song that everyone loved that they would start? A lot of teams were using it at that time.
I got hoes.
Yeah.
Calling. Yeah, we played that a fucking lot. I got tired of I hate that fucking song.
I would go crazy.
Like the whole locker room started jumping around. I was like, oh, fuck. It's like, hey, fucking kids. Go ahead. But yeah, we played that a lot. We had some fucking fun.
Did anyone ever try to rap on those beats?
Yes. You. You
could tell what kind of mood I was on my raps.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be some days it was like, oh yeah, this is just Julian Edelman. It's like, oh yeah, Julian's pissed. What's wrong? And it didn't help that the fucking bump box comes with a microphone.
It has a microphone.
Did you bring your own microphone?
No, it comes with a microphone.
Go in my locker and grab the microphone.
I get the microphone.
Be honest, like on a 1 to 10, score his rapping abilities.
On average?
Yeah.
On average, I'd give him like a 4.5.
Okay.
I'll take 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't being serious. Like I know he's not at home. Like he's not B-Rabbit in the mirror.
Maybe.
If he worked at it.
Preparation. He does love preparation.
He does. But because I know he does, I know he wasn't preparing these raps. These were all off the dome. Now he might have thought about something walking in the door. But as far as like giving the whole performance, no, that's not the truth.
I got some. Let me get a beat. Hey, B, I got something. Let me get a beat.
The best time to catch Jules doing the freestyle is him coming out of the weight room. Because he's in a good mood. He's like, I got my workout out of the way. He's like, hey, I'm just going to take a shot. Man, hey, give me the microphone. And you just see everybody just, man, I like this song.
We got to put on Flowbation a lot.
Who puts you on Flowbation?
Dola.
I was waiting for him to say it. No, Jules.
Dolan be
Bub.
sitting there taping his ankles because he's mad at the training staff. He'd be sitting there taping his ankles in his locker, doing his own rehab and stuff. And he'd be like, bro, you're on flowbation today. No more.
Yeah, especially pre-practice. Pre-practice would be the time to do it.
One thing from Jack, Mo Bamba, Sheck West.
Yes,
That's
Mo
the song?
Bamba.
Yeah.
That
Thank
was
you,
it.
Jack.
That was like on every college football thing.
And everybody was playing that shit.
Okay, so this 2018 Patriots team, they were 11-5, coming off back-to-back Super Bowl appearances, beat Atlanta in 51, lost to Philly in 52. The season started off a little rocky. They went 1-0. Jules was suspended.
Yeah.
And coming off an ACL, had back-to-back double-digit road losses in there, but ultimately they would capture their 10th straight AFC East title and make their third straight Super Bowl appearances. Dudes, Tom Brady, Jules, Dante Hightower, James Devlin, Rex Burkhead, Matthew Slater, Philip Dorsett, Gronk, Joe Tooney, David Andrews, Van Noy, McCourties. You can go on and on and on.
Yeah. Squad.
We were hanging on by.
This is the year I found out I had cancer, had surgery, and I didn't do none of the off-season program. And I remember Bill coming up to me and was like, hey, we're going to release you because we want to put, what's his name? Shea McMillan. We're going to release you, put Shea on IR, and then sign you back. Now, in my mind, that's a 1-2 day process. Come day 4, Dola's pissed, my agent is pissed, and I'm just confused because I've been sitting in the house. So my agent called me, he's like, you ain't heard nothing from us? I said, no, I haven't talked to him. He's like, cut your phone off. So I cut my phone off. He calls my wife like 6 hours later. He's like, hey, tell B answer the phone, but don't talk to nobody from New England. As soon as my phone cuts on, Dole on the phone. B, what did it take for you to come to Miami? Fuck you mean come to Miami? He's like, bro, don't worry about it. Just tell me how much. I was like, I don't care. He's like, all right. So hangs up, Gase calls. Say, hey, B, look, I could throw you one for $5. All right, cool. Now, I didn't tell my agent, but I called Bill. Like, yo, I know y'all doing y'all thing. It's cool. But the Dolphins said they'll give me $5 just to go play for the season. I was like, but we kind of had an agreement. We're going to sign you back for what you was already getting. Like, all right, cool. And I caught a flight to Miami the next day. So that's why it was like, fuck. To get there, come up there, play y'all. And it was hanging out. I was like, oh man, good to see you, da-da-da-da. And y'all beat the shit out of us. Like, bad. I think CP had like, y'all ran rub. And I think CP had like a 65-yard tut. And it was on our sideline. So it was like, oh, here we go again. So the second time we was playing, bro, I was in the coach's office. Like when they would have coaches meetings, like the game plan, I was right there like, nope, that's not going to work. We got something to beat that. Nah, that's not going to work either. So I kind of fine-tuned the entire game plan for y'all that second time. That's why it was kind of cool because I didn't expect to play offense.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, honestly. That first carry I got, that was because Frank wanted me to get a play.
Wow.
54-yard touchdown.
That was all because of Frank Gore.
Wow.
He was like, "Yeah, we're going to run the off tackle. Let B run it."
So Bill tried to get you with that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, business goes both ways. Do business being done.
Because what happened? That happened. Y'all won the Super Bowl, and then I'm back in the fucking locker room, and Slate walked up and he was like, "Hey, I know you wasn't here, but
You were here.
Coming to the ring ceremony." Like, that's y'all rings. I'm no. Man, Slate had a limo pick me up from my fucking house and go to. So I was at the ring ceremony. When y'all was opening y'all rings, I was outside having a cigar with Ive, and he was crying and telling me about how he missed it and everything. And that's when I knew he was close to the end. He was like, yeah, I don't know how much longer I could do this. And that's when I found out a lot about everybody. Bill too. Me and Bill had a heart-to-heart that night. I think he almost cried. He might have cried.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was a pretty exciting night for everybody.
That was a fun night.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ultimately, like, knowing how the season's planned out, do you ultimately regret that decision, or how do you feel about it looking back, 5-6 years later?
Looking back, no, I don't regret it. I don't. I made some new friends. I actually got to cheer from my guys instead of being on the sideline praying that we just made it this far. So it was kind of cool to still be in it, but I was so happy for all of them because that was a hell of a fight to go lose, and then you're not starting off great, and then you make it back again. So I was real happy for him, like always. But no, I don't regret it at all.
Yeah. Look at this on this roster, man. It's so crazy. I almost forget that you weren't there because I thought you were because you were
always there. Yeah, I was always there.
He would always be in the sauna. He'd get the sauna nice and hot.
Mm-hmm.
Had the tunes in the sauna. And Bill had to play some Bill. Looking on this team, what's some of the first memories you have in New England? From teammates.
TB, when I found out Tom was just a regular person, the first time I was sitting, remember when rookies would come in, you had the steel lockers in the middle of the locker room?
Yeah.
I was sitting in my locker. I was in there by myself because I was the only fucking offensive player in that draft class, weirdly. And Tom came over. He's like, yeah, hey, man, how you doing? I'm Tom Brady. Motherfucker, I know who you are. How you doing? He's like, yeah, you're Brandon Bolden from Ole Miss. I was like, oh, shit, he knows who I am. And then the first preseason game, I was like, damn, Tom, what kind of cologne is that? He's like, you like it? I was like, yeah. He just turns around, goes to his locker, like a half thing of cologne, and just hands it to me. And I'm all excited. I'm calling my mom and shit. I was like, oh, man, Tom Brady just gave me some cologne. She's like, what kind is it? I said, I have no idea. And I Googled it, and it's like a $1,200 bottle. I was like, this guy's fucking awesome. You know?
I tell you, you can smell him. I said it on the show this weekend. I go, I smell you, Brady.
Yeah, I can smell you coming.
Yeah, I smell you coming from a mile away.
I got a question for you guys. It seems like every person we talk to who talks about the first time meeting Tom Brady, it's the exact same story. Do you think he's got like flashcards on the draft? Like the night before, he's just going through, okay, Brandon Bolden, Ole Miss, okay, Julian Edelman, Kent State quarterback, okay. Like, is he like...
No,
I think
it wouldn't surprise me.
I think if he thinks you have a shot at helping the team,
he's definitely going out on a limb for you. At that point.
He's learning your name, and he remembers being that guy in the steel locker.
Mm.
You know what I mean? He was a 6th-round draft pick, so he remembers being those guys.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
So I don't know. Damn, what was the legacy of the running backs room?
I was the one constant. I've been through everybody. I was there with Woody, Shane, Reed, LG, Dion, Gillisley, James White, Sony Michelle. We had like
Steven Jackson, you mentioned.
Steven Jackson, Tyler Gaffney. I've seen everybody. Ramondre Stevenson, Damon Harris. I was there with everybody. Sexy Rexy.
I see Damon on CBS.
Yeah, Dame's doing it. Dame's got his kid now too, so it's just like he's hilarious.
He is.
But the running back room, we always, since I first got there, and Woody was kind of the one who started it, bro, you don't have to do none of this shit by yourself. Like, I never forget that conversation me and him had. I was like, what you mean? He was like, if you don't remember the fucking plays, bro, look to the sideline. We are helping you. And it was like, preseason, I think that was the last preseason game. They had brought Jeff in because it was just me. So it was me and Jeff. And that's when we started doing like the 2-backs. And they called one play and I just knew I had the wheel. But then I look at Jeff and Jeff was like, no, I got the wheel. I was like, well, fuck it. We both about to run the wheel. As I'm starting off on my wheel, I just see Shane go, no, you gotta O. So I'm running the O route on the fucking numbers to the field. And Tom threw the fucking ball the other way. I was so fucking happy. And I was like, you didn't know what you had, did you? No. Had no idea.
No clue.
But that was the thing. And it was like from that point on, we tried to eat together. We want to hang out together. I want to know you, your mom, your girl, you got kids, bring the kids over. And we kept that running back room as tight. Like you remember, you didn't see one of us without the other ones.
Yeah, always together.
Always. And
Peanut gallery.
It had to be. Because we all contributed some way. Even if it was just like I just did special teams, everybody else went and balled out, or even vice versa. We switched it up. Dion back there returning kicks. I'm out here running goal line touchdowns and stuff like that. So we always had this thing. It was like it didn't matter who was getting the play, who was getting the ball. Like we're cheering for the guys.
1,000%. You guys were a tight-knit group. Let's go through a series of guys or a series of teammates. Tell me who they are. Who's the team jokester?
Team jokester? I would want to say Gronk, but I feel like I'm pretty much up to two because by the time I got there, y'all had stopped doing all the weird pranks where y'all taking people tires and shit. Y'all had to stop doing that. And so after that, it was just kind of like whoever can make everybody laugh the most, whether it was just talking complete shit or just talking shit to Bill. Because that used to make anybody laugh.
Yeah.
Like anybody, because first off, it's like you talking shit to Bill Belichick. Are you fucking dumb? But then it was like sometimes when Bill because Bill would start it and then you just end up going back and forth. And then you out at practice and he's still fucking going. So it'd just be jokes the whole time. LG was the first person to actually sing, like, go at it with Bill, like back and forth. It's like, LG, you can't lose fucking 5 pounds. Hey, Bill, you can't run 5 yards. What are you talking about?
Remember when Marty B came in? And he was asking questions in the offensive meeting room. And like guys are like, what the hell is going on?
Because he wanted to know everything. And it's like, bro.
But they were great questions.
Yeah, it was.
They were great questions.
It was like you were getting annoyed, but at the same time, it's like, well, I guess I didn't know who was doing that. So yeah, go ahead and answer him. But my favorite Marty story was the 3-minute run when him and Tom were back there, like hacky sack racing back there. It was like 3-legged race and holding each other. Come on, Marty, baby. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. We're going to finish this. Hey, Tom, I can't do it. And then we get done. Like everybody.
What was that then?
The 3-minute run. That was like, was that the first time? I think that was the first time. And he said, we got 3-minute runs. We're going to test it out, see how it goes. So everybody ran the first one like as hard as they could. Because it's like, we're one and done. He was like, oh, we got 2 more. What? And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, I'm not making the second one. I know damn well I ain't doing 3, but we made it to the 3rd one. And I was back there dragging ass because I was tired. And I just see these 2 back there. We're going to make it, Marty, baby. We're going to get there. And then we get in and we get to the locker room and Marty goes full body cramp right at the front door. And instead of just like, trainers, like, man, you want me? And like, but nobody is running. Like everybody's just walking, looking at him like, you all right. You know? And so he starts army crawling. Like, hey, man, you want me to go get you? No. They gonna see what they did to me. I just got here. He just rolls in there, and then you come back like 20 minutes later. He's on the IV. He's like, yeah, I feel so much better.
Bro, Marty, I always say it. He sounded like Samuel L. Jackson when he would ask a question. When he would ask a question, it is like how he'd be like, I don't know how to do it, but it would just be like, is that Samuel fucking Jackson up there?
No, I'll tell you how he did it. And so, Marty, baby, when you go, you got to run under the defender. But if I run under the defender, don't I lose yards so I'm not at the depth that you want me at? And the whole room goes, oh, shit, he's right. And Josh is like red in the face because he wants to say something, but he can't. He's like, okay, anyway, just do what you got to do to get open. He just goes past it. You asking for a triple, but I can't triple because there's only 2 of us. So isn't that just a double? God damn it, Marty, just do what they fucking saying. We don't want to be in here anymore. Like, I'm ready to go. I got shit to do. Oh, Marty was a fucking character. Slate still is my favorite fucking person.
What's your best Slate story?
You remember Andre Carter?
How can you not?
For that reason.
Was he
For that reason.
Was he Penn State?
No, he was. Where'd Andre Carter go? Niners. He went to Oak Grove High School in California. My brother played against him in the championship. He went to a Pac-10 school, didn't he?
Really?
Cal.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
So that was, again, my rookie year. And everybody was getting gray shorts. And Dre was back there and he was like, can I get some bigger shorts? And I'm looking like, he not even that fucking tall. Like, what do you need bigger shorts for? I was like, maybe it's just a weight thing. All right, we're cool. So we put on our shorts and shit. And Slate comes out of the bathroom, and you know him, head down, just like, oh my God, I can't believe I looked at that. And was like, what are you talking about? He's like, we got to get some thicker shorts for Dre. He can't walk around like that. And so now I'm confused because I'm like, I mean, he is kind of swole, but like, what the fuck is going on? And so like, we're all trying to investigate. And it's like, so you remember you walk past the sauna to go to the tubs? As I'm hitting the corner, he's coming out of the cold tub. And what I saw, no human being should ever see.
And that's with shrinkage.
Cold plunge.
Cold plunge. And it fucking creates a wind when he walks. So like, come on, dog. And so now I gotta go to sleep like, hey, bro, a heads up would have been nice. He was like, no, I don't want to see stuff like that. He's like, I can't let my wife come in here and he's in here. Like, you're right. And the first time, the first camp practice we had, we were all sitting there talking because Dre used to come like work out with us. Even like he was like much bigger vet than all of us. He used to just come like hang out and shit. So he was always
with his
sitting there
glasses,
with his glasses on. He was sitting there chilling. And then I think his wife had came down and Slate comes over and just taps on her shoulder. She's like, I feel so sorry for you. And walked off.
His wife's his little Asian chick's probably 5'1".
About the size of that damn water bottle.
Small little girl.
So it was, when Slate said that, it was like the funniest shit ever. I feel so sorry for you. And he just kept it pushing. It was like, oh, yeah, that's it. I don't want to talk anymore. We're all out of here. All right, Dre, you have fun. Y'all, bless y'all.
And Slate was probably being sincere too.
He was very sincere.
Oh my God. Who was the team asshole?
You.
Yeah, we know that answer.
You, Jules.
Why?
Jules, you got to understand. I've never in my life seen somebody plan to get kicked out of practice. And I'm not talking about like, oh, we about to go do this drill. No, this motherfucker had it on his mind when he found out we had practice. This is like the day before. He's like, I'm getting kicked out tomorrow. I'm not doing this shit. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, you'll see. 2 minutes in the fucking practice, here go Jules. He didn't hip toss somebody, and then the next thing you know, they're on the ground. And it's not even a real tussle. They're just down there just rolling around over each other. Nobody's hitting anybody. Because it's like, we want to break it up. It's like, nah. And then
Who was it?
Steph one year. I felt like you got into it with JC one year. It was a joint practice. It was a joint practice. We was in Tampa. You said something. Didn't you get into it with Talib, or that was Slate?
That was Slate.
That was Slate that got into it with Talib.
That was Slate.
And so Jules was the only person I know that was just like, yeah, I don't feel like doing this today. Who's it going to be? But he'll come, hey, you want to get out of practice? Just real quick.
Get out of here, no way.
So it's some WWE stuff here.
Oh, shit. I had never done that.
Okay, he never done that, but it looked scripted. It looks like, hey, I'm going to toss you. You toss me, then I'm going to try to toss you. You fight back. And then we're just going to roll for the rest of the time we're here. So, yeah, you definitely take the cake of asshole of the team. But it was all in, you just wanted the best out of everybody. So, like, you would come talk shit sometimes, and it would be funny because it's like, I know you. We've hung out before outside of football. So it's like, you'll come over and just start talking shit. And I'm just looking like, people don't know he's really not like that. But I'm not going to say nothing. So I just sit back and watch and just like, oh, look at Jules. Being all big brotherly to everybody.
Can't say anything. They weren't in there outworking me.
Nuh-uh. Nobody was outworking Jules.
So you had to.
You did. You did what you had to do, bro.
Everyone's got to do what they got to do to get in the right mindset. Sometimes I needed to create a problem just to get some fucking stimulation out of it. Yeah. I needed some stimulation. Dude, you get in the same routine for 12 years. It's hard.
It's hard. It's hard.
You go to the building. I'm just
got to start a little controversy.
I like the way you look today.
Yes.
I just like the way you fucking look today at one of the corners. I want to fucking fight you.
Yeah. And it was always the new guy. Every camp, it was the new guy, whether it was a rookie or a vet. I feel like you got into it with Revis one time.
We did.
Yeah.
I think. Gilly.
Gilly
on the first day of pads. Remember, I ripped a dread out.
What I just said. What did I just say?
I ripped the dread out.
Is this man first day of school?
Well, you were mad about the contract with Gilly, right?
Yeah, they paid him $14 million. And I was trying to get a contract.
Had to wait your turn, bro.
Shit, how many turns you gotta wait? I'm still waiting my turn.
You did. You did.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's get into these Dolphins.
The 2018 Miami Dolphins went 7-9 in the final year of Adam Gase's era. In the offseason, they brought in some well-known guys, Brock Osweiler, Brandon Bolden, Danny Amendola, and Frank Gore. Ultimately, they finished second in the AFC East and missed the playoffs for the second straight season. Some dudes who balled at this game are Kenny Stills, also Larry Tunsil, Cameron Wake, Minkah Fitzpatrick, we mentioned Dola, Ryan Tannehill, among the dudes on this team.
BB bald.
Oh, yeah. Rashad Jones, that's who it was. Number 20, the safety that you I think, one year he cleaned you. Rashad. He was 20, he played safety. Because you and Bobby would always get into it.
Me and Bobby, I've gotten penalties from face masking him, or like.
But you and Rashad, y'all just like to knock each other the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like that year you had that peel back. I can't remember the kid played for the Colts. He caught a pass and cut back across.
That was Jones.
That's what I'm saying.
Not Rashad Jones. That's Marcus Jones.
No, that was Rashad. That was number 20. I'm telling you.
No, Adams. It was Mike Adams, the peelback.
That's who that was? Yeah.
Because remember he also played for Denver. We used to battle him in Denver.
Yeah, that's
Was that the Gronk touchdown?
The Gronk touchdown.
Because you also had that peel back on Michael Floyd touchdown against the Dolphins.
No, he peeled back for me.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was.
16.
Yeah. That's what it was. That's what I'm thinking about. You know something? Me and Nate Ebner, we compared us doing special team shit to you. Like, I want to be the guy when Bill starts to film, it's like, then this is the effort I want to see. Because you would like be chasing guys down, and you would like sometimes you would try big guys, and I can't remember who it was. You tried to hit a DN, and he hit you before you could hit him. And I think that was the last time I seen you hit a defensive lineman.
No, they probably stopped calling it to me. On the toss gator, you got to get started.
Toss. Because my man, between you and Dola, y'all might be the smallest motherfuckers, but y'all so fucking sneaky. And I'm talking about used to just cream people. Just like, oh, so happy his guys on my team.
Yeah. The run game was such a big part of it. And it also sets you up in the pass game.
Yeah.
When you come down on them.
Not everybody's like,
and then they're bracing for hit. You go sneak up,
and it worked every time.
This Dolphins, we always struggled playing in Miami for some reason. I don't know why.
I do.
It was a head thing. Why?
Y'all was in the sun.
Yeah, I know that whole sun thing.
When you were on the other side, did you notice it being different?
Yeah, I noticed it before I got there.
Yeah.
And then when I got there and I actually got to see what it does to other teams, it made that much more sense. You notice guys that play for Miami usually don't cramp.
Yeah.
But everybody who's on that other side, whether it could be a night game, you're going to hit something. And when I say you're in the sun, there is no sun on that side.
Yeah.
So y'all getting y'all ass kicked before the shit even start. Y'all warming up on that side and everything. So you think about it. You got 4+ hours. You just running around. You're sweating your ass off. You don't even know how bad it is.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're over there. Let them get tired, you know? So that does play a big part in it. Because just like I do, you have to hydrate going into Miami.
Yeah.
A lot of the times you can hydrate all you want. That don't mean shit. It's gone by halftime.
You got to keep it in too.
You got to keep it in. So you got to just keep pounding water. And that could backfire sometimes.
Who were your guys on this team that you hung out with? Dolomite?
Running back room, of course. Dola was always fun. Kenny was different.
Stills?
Kenny Stills was different. Kenny was different. Like you didn't know where you were going to end up in the night by the end of the night.
Might be at Burning Man by the end of the day.
You might be at Burning Man by the end of the night. Like it is no telling. I've been in parts of Miami that I don't think people from Miami consider it to be Miami. So I was like, how did you find this place? Oh man, I know this chick and she knows this guy and this guy, we hang out. And yeah.
He's just interesting.
Very. The kicker and the punter, Hack and Sanders, they're cool too. They were real cool. Like it kind of reminded me of like what was Ryan last name? The punter
Allen?
game? Ryan. He was just like Ryan Allen.
Ryan and Steve.
Mm-hmm.
The kickers always have a little group that they.
I'm talking about they thick. They go everywhere. Oh yeah, man, I'm going to dinner. It's like I'll come, and you just go hang out with them. You remember what Super Bowl was that? Obama was the president. We went to the White House. You remember the plane broke?
Yeah.
And you remember where we ended up?
The airport bar?
You know how we got there?
No.
Me, Ryan, and Steve Belichick. Remember they bought them sandwiches in there?
Which one?
The fucking triangle cut wrapped in foil. Like they toasted the bread. And Steve Belichick was like, I'm not eating this shit. And he threw it and the motherfucker got stuck in the wall. And so we looked at each other, was like, man, fuck it. We just go walk around, go to the bar. We bang a corner, it's a bar, and there's not a soul in there. It's one girl working behind the bar. So we just like, I'm gonna order food, I'm gonna order a drink, I'm gonna just hang out.
Because why? Explain, what were we doing?
We just met the president. We were going back to New England. Now, mind you, when we got there, do you remember that landing?
Bad landing.
Bad, terrible landing. It was so bad, like I tried to lay down, and it was at one point, I was above everybody's seat. And I was laying flat.
Wow.
So we landed. It was like, oh man, that was
windy
crazy.
Day? It was a windy day?
I don't think it was. That's the crazy part. Wait, no, it wasn't a windy day. That's when we came back, and it was like, hey, y'all need to go in this room because we got to find you another plane or we have to fix this plane. So I was like, okay, the plane was fucked up. That's why the landing was bad. Cool. Was
Chung there?
Yeah, Chung was there.
Is that when Chung got terrified of flying?
Yes, that's right. So you don't remember this at all?
I don't, because I wasn't I was chilling doing some other stuff.
You came later.
Yeah.
You came, by the time you got there, half the team was at the bar already.
Yeah.
This is
Wasted.
after Bill told us we wasn't supposed to go anywhere. But like I said, the food was terrible.
Yeah.
And he had no choice but to let us go.
Had to go.
So we're eating, and as we're eating, here come the assistant defensive coaches. So then phone come out, then here come all the running backs. Then here come the receivers. Here's the D-line. Now here comes Matty P and that whole crew. Here comes Joe Judge. Bro, and it's so funny because I don't think nobody knows the tab we ran up.
I know.
Because nobody paid for shit. Well, we end up paying at the end. But like I said, I had food and I had my drinks going and we were all together. So then I think it was either Matty P or what was the D-line coach? Oh.
DC for the Raiders?
Not DC. Nah. It wasn't Pat.
Pat?
It wasn't Pat. He was
Brandon Daly?
Daly. Daly was like, no, fuck that. Put everybody on one ticket. And like I said, it was one girl. Now, the cool thing about this one girl, when they ran out of liquor, she didn't bat an eye. She didn't say anything. All she said was, I got to run down to the duty-free shop and I'm going to grab some more liquor and I'll come back. Well, they was like, well, grab a bunch. So she came back with like 2 boxes of liquor. So boom, she puts that up. We ran through both boxes. So now, y'all plane ready. Y'all can head to the gate and this, and the third. So it was like, I'm standing there because I just want to pay for what I had and I can go. Man, that girl pulled that receipt out about this long, and I saw 4 zeros. I said, who about to pay for all this? Matty P said, I got it. Then Data was like, nah, I got it. So that whole day was defensive coaching staff paid for that.
Good. Good.
And so we get on the plane, and then that's when all that fun that we just had and all that camaraderie, that's when that shit just went downhill. Because now this coach is throwing up, this person's passing out. We can't find this guy. And it was just a shit show, but that was by far the best plane trip we've ever taken.
Oh my God. That was a fun that was a fun plane trip. Those London trips were always kind of fun. Were you there for those?
I had
Your second one?
Tore my MCL.
Yeah.
So I had to stay
I didn't get to
behind.
go to the Mexico one. Did you?
I was at Mexico.
See, I wasn't at Mexico.
Mexico was interesting because like they gave us a warning. It's like, yeah, don't use the water to brush your teeth.
Yeah.
If you're gonna take a shower, don't make the water too hot or some weird shit. And it was like, yeah, don't go walking around. Well, you know me. Once we get to the hotel, I have to take a lap.
Yeah.
I can't sit in this fucking room. I can't do that. Bro, I'm walking and I see like 6 guys on the roof facing our hotel, masked up, these big ass AR-15s, fucking miniguns on the back of cars and shit. And it's just like, if shit was to go down right now, I'd probably be the first person just take off running. Y'all have to come find me. I'm not going back inside this hotel. I'm running. But then get to the game. They had one of the security guys who was with us, not on the team, but like for Mexico. He had told us where they had snipers at. So it was like pregame warm-up, like you just looking for them. It's like I found one and I went and told him. I was like, hey, I saw one of your boys up there. He's like, yeah, you wasn't supposed to see that. So we come inside, go back out for the game. He's gone. Like they moved him to another spot. So Mexico was like a real interesting fucking story.
It'll be interesting if we go back right now with the geopolitical ties that we have going on right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell us what it's like being a professional athlete in Miami.
Professional athlete in Miami, no one gives a shit.
No, they don't. I thought the fans, like anytime I feel like we played down there, they have a lot of fans. Those Miami people like the...
No, y'all had a lot of fans.
I feel like Miami's got fans.
No, y'all had fans. Bro, when I was playing for Miami, I think we played like the Bears. There were more orange Chicago Bears shit in the stands than we had Miami Dolphins stuff.
Yeah, but that's a cornerstone organization.
How far is Chicago from Miami? They
2,000
traveled a
miles?
little too well.
Was
Yeah.
it late in the season?
No, it was not.
It was okay.
That's the funny part.
Yeah.
No, it was not. It was not. It was early.
Now, when you go to Miami, it's probably shocking with how you explain the scenario, how it went down, how you got there. But at least you got to go with like Dola.
Yeah, I was with Dola from jump, and then you got to meet everybody else. So it's like even looking at the roster, I was at the combine with Brock Osweiler. Kalen Ballage is in my agency. Kenyon Drake played against it. Well, no, I'm before Kenyon Drake, so I've known him because he went to Alabama. No Dola, no Isaiah Ford. I knew Devontae Parker. I knew Kenny Stills. There was a lot of guys I knew of and hung out with, like Godchild. He was LSU kid, so I knew him. Knew Jesse. I knew Tunsil.
Frank Gore, how was that?
Frank Gore was fucking amazing.
He's
Like
37 at this point in his career.
yeah, and Frank would literally, when you watch him work out and do anything, it was like, I hope I can move like that at that age.
Man.
Because if you go back and look at like Frank takes a pounding and he keeps getting up.
Yeah.
And like the more I found him, like the more I learned about him, the more interesting he got. Because one time ref came over and was like, hey man, you need to put some knee pads in. Frank went and took socks and folded them up and stuck it in the knee pad pocket because he didn't wear knee pads. So Frank was one of those guys. Frank had just the hard shell for his pads. And so like Frank looked huge, but no, Frank was, that's his actual size.
Jesus.
He wasn't that big. Like 205 maybe.
That's it?
205, 210 on a good day. Frank was not that big, but he ran like it. And when he, like I said, the more I was able to watch him practice and like how he goes through the drills, Like, no one can lower their shoulder and have that type of balance like Frank Gore can.
Yeah.
Like, he's down there.
Downhill.
Yeah.
Downhill Gore.
What was he like in the actual like position group room?
He was great. He was that big brother. No. If you did something he didn't like at practice, like if it was a play that we were just installing and they wanted one of the young guys to show him how to do it, he's like, man, coach, I know you don't want me to do that dumbass shit like that. That was fucking awful. And like, this is the middle of practice, so I was like, well, Frank, go in there and show him how to do it. And he fucking breaks it for 80.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh shit. All right. But Frank's like, he's a big, small guy. Frank is what, fucking 5'9" maybe?
Yeah.
And like, when he squats and he gets through that offensive line, man, you can't see him.
Damn.
He just squirts out of there and he's like running. So yeah,
Jeez.
Frank was the one who put me on the wind bike. Like the wind bike, that was so much, because in Miami it's hot, like hot as shit after practice. No, go back under the tent out there by the pool.
He from out there, right?
He from out there. So he
Been in
got
Miami.
all the secrets. So it's like, I'm doing whatever Frank doing.
Freaking Frank Gore. Loved him.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
I think he is.
Should be.
Yeah.
Definitely should be.
Difference between New England Patriot Danny Amendola and Miami Dolphin Danny Amendola.
He not gonna like this, but oh well. Dola was a pretty boy out there in Miami. Dola would be dressed up to the T. I'm talking about we going anywhere. Dola got shirt open, no socks on, ankles out. Dola was that guy out there. But he was still like, it was still Dola. And even on the football field, y'all two remind me so much of each other. I can't remember who he was playing. And like Dola caught a pass and he tried to get upfield and it's like the DN like got behind him and picked Dola up off his feet. Just see Dola feet going there and then boom, boom, he crashed. Dola got up before the guy who slammed him and stood over him. And he said, punk ass bitch, you do that again, I'm gonna fuck you up. Dola, you've been hanging with Jules too long. You can't be talking to people like that. Because before that, you was the only person I heard that sentence from. So it was like, he was what Julian Edelman was to New England at that time.
Mm.
Honestly. So shout out to you, bro.
Shout out to Dolomite.
Dolan fucking Mike.
This lead up for this game. This is a Week 4 rematch you mentioned earlier. In that matchup, the Patriots won 38-7. The Patriots were 9-3 heading into this, looking to clinch the division. It's a hat and t-shirt game. And then Miami, on the other hand, was one game above 500, looking to stay in the hunt for a playoff spot. But they'd been great at home. We've been 5-1 at home in Hard Rock.
So this was our second loss in a row after.
This was your first.
First.
You lost to the Steelers after this game.
Right after?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So this game opened up with a really long drive, a 7-minute drive, 12 play, 75-yard drive, with James Devlin punching it in for a touchdown. But, and this is foreshadowing, Steve Gostkowski missed the extra point. And then Miami would respond with a touchdown from Kenny Stills, who was balling, to go up 7-6. There was a blocked punt late in the first quarter. The Patriots blocked a Dolphins punt.
Yep.
And that would set up for a touchdown for Julian. And the Patriots would go up 13-17. And then now we go into the second quarter, trading touchdowns. We get a huge 54-yard touchdown run from Brandon Bolden. Could you walk us through that moment and how you got the whole thing on there?
Well, you had just scored. I think y'all had pinned us. We was coming up the field. And Frank was bringing us up the field. And they called the tackle wham. Frank started running off the field. Like, Frank, what's wrong? He's like, man, let B go. Like, what? Man, let B run it. I don't have no helmet on. I'm still trying to figure out how we got our fucking punt blocked. So it was like, yeah, B, go ahead, go in there. So I got in and called the play. And I remember Durham Smythe, the tight end, he goes, I got you. I was like, all right, here we go. And as I took that bucket step to get outside of him, I hit it out. I saw Chung coming, so I kept that angle. And as soon as Chung came too close, cut right back inside of him. And then I saw Dew, but Dew had no idea how fast I was, apparently, because he didn't break down. No, as Bill would say, no scallop, no nothing.
Scallop.
No scallop at
Teach that to
all.
Lily.
And then, vroom, and it hit the Jets. And I remember peeking at the sideline and Bill sitting over there. And I just saw the headset go like this. And I was like, yes. I just ran fast as I could. I was like, please don't catch me. And we scored that one. And that's when we scored that one. And I remember turning around and I walked up y'all sideline for a second because I forgot who I played for. And because Slate was coming towards me too. So we both had to realize what we were doing. I was like, talk to you after the game. I had to jog across the field. And then it was like, Dola was amped up too. So it was like, I'm scoring, I'm trying to get off the field. Dola then came like pushed me in the chest. That's the fuck I'm talking about, B. Every time. And it's like, yeah, one carry, one touchdown. This is going to be a great day. I'm done. I don't need to be on offense no more. I'm good, guys. We're good. We're good.
And then what happened on your next carry?
Another touchdown.
Then he goes another tutty.
Another tutty. Two carries.
2 carries?
2 carries, 2 tuds.
How many yards?
Shit, 64, 65.
Like 60
like
on the dot. That's what the stats are saying.
What is that?
60 on the dot.
60 on the dot. There it is. Because, yeah, the other one was a red zone touchdown.
And so get us to the last play, Kyler.
Okay, so Patriots up 27-21 at halftime. Uncharacteristic mismanaging of the clock. Patriots were in the red area, and Tom takes a sack. What'd I say?
Halftime, right?
Yeah, at the end of halftime. Tom took a sack, no points there.
Bad.
Couple of those miscues, a missed extra point, a missed field goal. Third quarter is kind of uneventful, just a touchdown from Butler. For the Dolphins, and the Patriots missed field goal. And then fourth quarter, Patriots would hit 2 more field goals to go up 33-28 with 16 seconds left. Gostkowski kicks off to the Miami 15. 16-yard return puts the ball on the Miami 31 with the score 33-28, New England leading.
How many seconds?
7 on the final play.
On the clock.
Okay, so do you, at this point of the game, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking, take a shot. Hail Mary's out of the question. You got to call.
Wait, so Hail Mary's out of the question.
From where we was, from where I was, Hail Mary was out of the question.
All right,
because we were on the other
31.
It was on the other 31. Yes,
far.
That's far. And
I don't got an 80-yarder in him.
I mean, to be honest, Tannehill had us a very. No one ever really got to see Tanny throw, but Tanny had a fucking cannon.
Yeah, I bet he's an athletic guy.
But I didn't even think Tanny could throw that far. If he would, it would have been like inside the 5, maybe inside the 3. But I don't see him putting like in the middle of the end zone from way back there.
All right.
So they called the hook and lateral. So cool.
What's it called?
The hook and lateral. That's all it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be real simple. It's a hook, a dig, I think a go. Running back has like a little slow flare.
What was the term you were calling it earlier?
Backyard ball?
Backyard bullshit.
Backyard bullshit.
That's pretty much that was the name for it. It was backyard bullshit. So when we started, Kenny comes off real slow, gets at 10, ball's right there on him. Devontae Parker is running under. Kenny just sees the under. Kenny's supposed to pitch it to Kenyon Drake immediately. It's supposed to be catch, pitch, run. No. He caught it, didn't even see Kenyon. He saw Devontae. Tosses Devontae. Devontae trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. So as he's coming up the sideline, he sees Kenyon Drake. So boom, he pitches it back to him. KD is like, somebody got to come get this ball. And if you watch that play, you see Dola just like, hands down. I don't want it. So Dola throws a block. KD cuts in and goes out. And, my dog Gronk, he didn't do tackling drill with us too often.
Did he scallop?
No, he did not. He ran in there full head of steam, and it's an easy move. Like, did you explain what scallop is?
Scallop's when you break your feet down and you have to have you can't have both your feet in the ground when you're going in an open field tackle. You need a wide base.
Or on the same level.
Same level.
Got to be offset.
You want to offset so you can use the sideline.
Yep.
Or you can tackle right here.
Keep it in front of you.
Keep it in front of you. Always try to force them back inside. The way Gronk came down there, both hands behind the back, on your heels, feet square. Anybody can make a move off of that. And KD, he hit that corner.
Was that B-Flow that called this?
Yeah.
called this?
There wasn't. You didn't technically have a DC, so it might have been.
It was Flo.
Flores,
Because
yeah.
Flo became the head coach of the
following
Miami
year.
next year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like, when this happened, I was like, wait, why is Gronk in on the field?
Well, when we saw it, first thing I said was, why the fuck are they doing jump ball?
Yeah.
Because it's like, Gronk's back there, but we don't even got nobody that could jump with Gronk.
We don't have a person that gave the ball in the end zone from the 20.
You know? So it's like, this could be interesting. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, when the play first started and that first pitch, I was like, okay, we're gonna get tackled here.
I thought that too. I was like,
Somebody's gonna get tackled. But then it's like, once he broke, it was like, ooh. And the cool part about it is, bro, if they go back, like if they could go back and show our sideline, we were on the field before he scored. We were on the field before he scored. I'm talking about he got in there, threw the ball. By the time that arm went up and came down, the entire team was right there. But we crushed one of the security guards. One of the female security guards, she's watching the Jumbotron. So she has no idea that everybody's coming. So she's there and she get that initial bump. And when she turned around to see what it was, the D lineman, the O lineman, you got people jumping over top of the crowd and the whole thing. I think they took her out to eat and stuff like that. Like they took care of her, you know. But yeah, she got hounded. And look, I threw a ball in the stands. They tried to hit me for $12,000. I think they tried to hit Keenan for like 20 because it was like the game-winning ball, and they had to go like hunt the guy down to get the ball back. So that was like a whole shit show too. So it was so fucking funny.
Man.
How hype was the locker room after that?
Super hype.
That's probably the highlight of the
Super hype.
season.
That was our Super Bowl.
I mean, if you think about it.
That was a Super Bowl.
I think they were out of it by then.
Yeah, definitely.
He was close.
I think we was close. I think it was we beat y'all, and that's what kept us in the hunt. And then we lost like 2 games later. We was out.
Jeez. And then we go and we lose the Steelers.
Yep. So the final of this game was 34-33. Fun little fact is that Miami declined to kick the extra point, which is a rule change from the prior season of the Minneapolis Miracle. There's a whole controversy about if you kick the extra point or not. So there's a new rule. So you guys declined to kick it, or vice versa. It's something to do with Minneapolis Miracle and kicking the extra point. You guys didn't. Not sure if that affected the spread or the gambling or whatnot.
Diggs and I think the Saints.
Yeah.
The Diggs.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That's what because we remember in the kitchen, I was like, Minneapolis, who did we do that with? Josh Duhamel?
Josh Duhamel. Yeah, we got to do that with a player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aftermath of this?
You guys would lose week 15, mentioned that to the Steelers, but then would finish the season 11-5, winning your 11th straight AFC East championship, and then also won the Super Bowl, beat the Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Rams en route to their 6th Super Bowl. Jules would be MVP. The Dolphins would finish 7-9, missing the playoffs. This play would win Play of the Year at the 2018 NFL Honors. Brandon, as we mentioned earlier, returned to the Patriots the following year. Also, shout out Frank Gore, who had 116 yards this game, which gave him 18,530 career yards from scrimmage, surpassing LaDainian Tomlinson for 5th most in NFL history.
How is he not a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, you know, like Frank.
He's top 5 in numbers.
Yeah, I think
all time.
I think the argument against, which I don't believe, is the peak versus longevity. You know, like was Frank Gore ever a top 5 running back in the league? This isn't my argument because I don't agree with it, but I think that's what people's argument would be.
Yeah, I could see, but I don't agree with it at all.
Even to be able to be that
his story alone
resilient,
off of the knees, playing for as long as he did, he had a knee in college, and then he had another knee in the league.
And
Same knee, I think.
Being that consistent for that long is worthy of Hall of Fame, in my opinion. Yeah,
big time,
man. All right, let's name the game and score the game. Is this the greatest game of all time? Let's score it. Decimals encouraged. I think you only have a couple names. Miracle in Miami, or the Miami Miracle, or something else. What do you have?
I like the Miami Miracle.
The Miami Miracle. All right, let's grade this bad boy. Stakes of this game, week 14 game, 0 to 10, decimals encouraged. the stakes of this week 14.
Stakes of that week 14 game.
Division rival.
Division rival, it was very high because it was like you said, we finished second in the division.
Yeah.
And we only got that because we beat y'all.
Yeah.
Also, let's not forget your one-word answer for why this game.
Yeah. And so for me personally, 10 out of 10.
10.
Okay.
10 out of 10.
I like that.
Revenge, 10.
For me, having an integrity type score. Because, I mean, yeah. Not a playoff game. Not a playoff impactful game. Not a Super Bowl. I'm going to go with a 6.8.
6.8. Jack had a 5.7. I had a 5.1. The stakes for this game were high for me because we were shooting Julian's documentary at the time.
Oh.
And we had Tom scheduled the following Tuesday to interview him. And you know how that is,
Yep.
right? After a loss, particularly this loss. But
Yeah, that
credit to
hurt.
Tom. He showed up and did a great interview. So
Go ahead, T.
That's the last time he's showed up.
That might be true.
Star power,
That might be
0 to
true.
10. Decimals encouraged.
Star power.
I think I saw, what's his name in the... Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, do, 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 do.
You are the worst
Latin.
person when it comes to
Oh,
fucking
Mark
guessing
Anthony?
songs.
Mark Anthony
He's
was
an
there.
owner. He's a part owner.
He's part owner. J-Lo.
Serena Williams. Do you ever meet any of the part owners? The
No.
cabal of part owners of the Dolphins?
No, the only
Bruce.
didn't get to meet him either.
Mr. Ross.
Met Mr. Ross. Mr. Ross and Jerry Jones look like they are best friends. Like they look like the two grumpy old men
Yeah.
that just didn't like anybody, but they found that they have that in common, so they're just cool with it. They still don't like each other, but they're just
Yeah.
Just salting each other's McMuffins.
you know. But Dan Marino,
He's cool as fuck.
bro, Dan would come on the practice field with a cigar, finish that cigar, and then light another. He would chain smoke cigars during practice, and the shit would be so fucking because he wants to talk. While he's waving this cigar, I have a helmet with a visor on. Sir, all this shit is getting stuck in here. I can't breathe. The sun's bright. I got this tinted visor on, and you're fucking. Fuck. The eyes are just bloodshot red after
I've
practice.
had a dip with Dan Marino.
Really?
He's a dipper too. I love Dan.
Dan's cool as shit. Dan was, and I'm talking about it'd be a random day, like just a random Thursday, he'd been out there some Wednesdays.
And what
He'd
a
pull up on
play.
Monday.
I mean, that's a place to retire.
Yes,
to be
indeed.
a legend at Miami.
Yes, indeed.
Star-
And then when he want to come shit on people, you know, he'll wear the rings and shit. He had all of them on too. So it's like he got the cigar, but it's like every ring.
What ring?
What? All his fucking, I hate to say it like that, but the AFC Championship rings. It's so fucked up, but you have to say it.
Did you get like an MVP ring?
He probably.
Yeah.
You may have.
I've always seen him with rings on too. Didn't he get a natty? No,
At
he was at Pitt.
No.
I mean, that's the.
How many? He's only won one AFC championship game too.
I thought he had two. No,
I
Just
think he
one?
went to the Super Bowl once.
my guy, I love Dan Marino.
I
Maybe
never,
let's
I
get back
never
to the
decided to read them, but I just know Dan Marino, straight mafia style.
Do you get
Marine
rings for
style.
Hall of Fame?
Probably.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't
got
know.
an
Whatever.
argument.
He rules.
He got an argument.
Star power 0 to 10. Decimals encouraged.
Say 7.2.
I like that.
Okay. Integrity.
I'll take a 6.9.
Shout out Gronk.
Shout out Gronk.
Jack had a 7.9. I had a 7.8.
The gameplay of this game, it was a close fought battle,
Yeah.
back and forth, crazy play to end it.
Crazy play to end it.
A lot of miscues, some sloppy football, 2 block punts, a missed extra point, missed field goal.
It was a lot. That was like by far the
Sloppy.
sloppiest game
The
I
end
ever
of the
watched.
halftime.
Sloppy.
But from a viewer, it was an interesting game to watch from a
No, it
viewer
was-
perspective. But
Oh,
like
yeah.
gameplay wasn't like there was balls on the turf. You know?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
By both teams. So I would definitely have to say gameplay was like it was like a 4.8.
Wow.
Wow.
You got to be real. Like, think about it. Like,
Yeah.
every special teams coach I've had, that's the first thing they like to say. You never win a game if you block more than one kick.
Yeah, but
And you did.
We did.
Did we confirm that that's the only time that's ever happened? Can you double check on that?
I'm going to go with on the other side. It's visually fun to watch those kind of plays.
Yeah.
I like watching as a consumer. Love seeing block kicks.
Also, a final play
Final
to win
play.
the game.
With a final play.
I got to go with I'm going to go. This is where my high is. It's going to be probably 8.1.
Yeah.
Jack had a 7.0, which is, I think, a homer number. And I had 8.5. Because, right, this game is known for the gameplay, right? Because it wasn't a high stakes. Nothing really happened, right? Besides, like, afterwards. Plus that crazy fucking play, you know?
And then we grade the name of the game, the Miami Miracle, which this is how people will remember this game, the impact it has on society.
Can I be a touch of a stick in the mud? Is the Miami Miracle not the Doug Flutie Orange Bowl?
That's called the Hail Mary.
Is it the Hail Mary?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Is it Miracle in Miami?
I don't know. It's always like
Regardless, you
Minneapolis
think
Miracle,
of this.
Miracle in Minneapolis.
I think everyone thinks of Hail Mary when they think of Flutie's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the Hail Mary.
Because you say, even if you was to say Miracle in Miami, everybody's
You
going to
think this
associate
game?
to this game. But I would go the Miami Miracle.
Okay. I like it.
Just because we was the pro team.
Well, hold
that
on.
did
You
it.
know what? Wikipedia. This game has a Wikipedia page, which sometimes is a nice barometer of how important a game is.
Yeah.
It is titled "The Miracle in Miami," but also the Miami Miracle redirects here. So I don't know.
The name of the game, 0 to 10, decimals occurred.
I'm going to go with 9.2.
Okay. Good
I'm
score.
going to go with a 9 flat.
Jack had an 8.9. I had an 8.2.
Where does it rank in all?
Okay, this is a 7.57. It's our new 72nd game. It's just behind the Double Doink, the 2019 NFC wildcard Eagles versus Bears, and just ahead of the almost tie game, 2022 Week 18 Chargers versus Raiders.
Almost tied.
Remember that game?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
A little low, I think, for this game. I think Brandon's integrity knocked it
Yeah,
down.
I'm not trying to step on too many toes here.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
Also 72 for the last undefeated Dolphins team.
It was a
Super Bowl.
7.2?
No, that was in 72.
Oh, in 72.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it is 72.
Yeah. One last thing I want to mention is stats from you guys from this game. Jules had 9 receptions, 86 yards, and a tug. Gronk, I know we were shitting on Gronk a little bit for, his missed tackle, but he also had 8 receptions, 107 yards, and a touchdown. Brandon had his 2 carries, 60 yards.
That's not on
and
Gronk,
2
by the way.
touchdowns.
That's
No,
on
I
the
know.
coaches.
Yeah, big time. I agree.
Gronk's not paid to do open field
He
tackling.
should not have been in that position to do anything on that play.
And in the last 25 years, there's only been 2 other last second lateral type plays to win a game. The other being the Music City Miracle, the Titans beating the Buffalo Bills to go all the
white
way.
check.
And then the other lesser known, but I think equally crazy, the River City Relay, which was in 2003 when the Saints pulled off 3 laterals to score a touchdown. And they ended up losing the game because they missed an extra point. Yeah.
That was an early game. I remember
Jags
watching
versus
that.
Saints. Yep.
I remember watching that.
That's probably your team back then.
Yeah. Most
Saints.
definitely. The Saints? Yes, indeed. You couldn't tell me I wasn't going to be playing for the Saints back then.
Man.
Till I got in and it was like, I'm never playing there.
The Aints.
I was there for that.
They had a big win
brown paper
last
bags
week.
on the head.
Or they had a huge win. Look, man, they had some great success with Sean Payton. It's hard to rebuild.
Yeah, big time.
Hard to
Big
rebuild.
time. But I will say Kellen Moore he's doing what a first time head coach. He's doing very well. He's not just tanking it.
No. If he is, he's doing a good job selling. He's not.
He's doing an awesome job selling. He's not.
So that's the show. I mean, do you want to stick around? We usually do a segment after the show. I'm pretty much going to ask you guys. I'll ask you guys just some fan perspective questions about what it's like being in the NFL. And this specifically will be what it likes playing against friends and former teammates.
All right, it's fun.
Yeah.
Let's pull back the curtain on actually what it's like to play in the NFL.
Yep. segment we do. People like it. We got to come up with a name with it. Drop the comments in the comment section for a name for this. And today we're going to go deep on, because you guys are both here, what it's like playing against friends and former teammates in the NFL.
All right.
You get into it?
Let's get into it.
So Brandon was just saying, what's the like etiquette or protocol before the game? Like, let's say, you guys playing against each other. Do you guys talk? What's the lead up to a game like?
The first time we had to come play y'all, like they was all, hey, don't go over there hanging with your friends. They was talking to me and Dola, of course. They was like, don't spend all your time fucking warm up. We're getting ready for a football game. Y'all beat the dog shit out of us, right?
Yeah.
So the second time, me and Dola was like, man, fuck that. Soon as James texted me, it was like, yeah, we about to go warm up. I'm in tennis shoes. I ain't even put cleats on. I'm about to go out here. I'm about to hang out. So me, James, Sony, Slate came over there for a minute, and we just hung out. Like nobody did any warming up. Nobody did any of that. And it was just like when it was time to go, it was like, hey, I'm not saying I'm out here to kill you, but if I got a shot, I'm going to fucking take it. I'm going to make sure you get up. You going to make it home. I'm going to pop you just, we never got a chance to do this for real. We do it at practice, a nice little thud, and we go our separate ways. I'm going to fucking see how high your cleats get off this ground. We just laugh and shit like that. And it's even cooler because like me and Slate have up until this point had never had to block each other like full go.
How was it?
I found out how to beat Slate.
How?
Just run. You can't. Slate is a fucking Slate is the most technical player there is. So if it's like hand placement, my feet need to be here, he's going to beat you at that. But I realized after like the second kickoff, if I just run and just avoid the surface area he can touch me with, Slate going to be just like everybody else and trying to hold me back from killing you. Because I'm running down there head full of steam. Get out my way. And he'll tell you. He was like, that I don't ever want to block B ever again. Because once I see it's like I can just get around you. It's because most guys you have to kind of go through, especially on special teams. Slate not one of them guys. Because you could get a good pop on him. You might hit him. You might get him off his feet. But once Slate get down and he start getting his technical shit going, he's going to win that every time.
Yeah.
But if you just keep your fucking feet moving and pretend he's not there, it'd be great. But then that also, like going back to the team in 19, me and him discussed how you could beat that. So it just made us better players as we both went on in our careers.
Yeah. For me, I didn't have no powwows before.
You came and gave me a hug too, motherfucker. Don't do that.
Yeah, but you only, like, not Dola? Maybe Dola dap him up
so
like
the
a dap,
guys,
but like
yeah.
we used to get the same memo. Like Bill would be like, look, we're not here to have a fucking team meeting powwow before the game. That you're right before you're about to hit this guy, and so I would go say hi, but I had,
he had shit he had to go.
I had to like think.
Yeah.
Everyone gets ready in their own way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, and there's only been a few like when we play Talib, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talib you go holler at.
You go holler at, and there's only so many guys.
Wasn't that many people, because a lot of people, once they left New England, that was it.
Yeah. So
now, how much communication, you mentioned you texted him a little bit before, communication before the game, particularly on like the week leading up to it?
Minimal.
Yeah, might be a slight check-in, see how you're doing.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, not telling no game plan secrets or no shit like that. But most for me and James, we would talk on Mondays, some Tuesdays. We would not talk Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, but then Saturday, it's like, yeah, let me know when you get in town. If we got time, we could link up then.
Stuff.
And if we can't do any of that, it's like on game day, text me when you going outside. I just come out there when y'all come. And, we go out there. And like I said, it's just sometimes it'll be a hangout. I know when I was with the Raiders, when New England came up to play us, we actually like worked out, like did our warm up together.
Really?
And that was a whole shit show. Bill did not like the thought of that, but we were having our conversation, but we was just doing like high knees and like simple shit. So it wasn't nothing drastic. We had fun. And like I said, those are my guys. You can't be in a place that long and then act like people don't exist.
Yeah.
Now
how about, you mentioned a little bit like on Saturdays, is there ever a chance where you're like getting dinner with a guy beforehand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not when I was in New England, but when I was in Miami,
Other
we had
places,
tons of time.
A little bit looser.
Yeah, way looser. Like,
Yeah, we didn't have time.
yeah, in New England, like if we were landing at
Unless
6,
it was like a preseason game.
a preseason
Sometime,
game,
like
you
that
do
preseason New York game, if we weren't playing, there was one time where we went into the city. But you remember that?
No, y'all went to the city.
I went in with Tom once.
Yeah, I remember. We heard about it. I didn't go.
Yeah, but and it's because we weren't playing.
Yeah.
But
and that's usually how it was too. If the vets wasn't playing and shit, they didn't have to come to every meeting.
Mhm.
Some meetings were just for the guys who were playing.
which in that last preseason game, you want the attention for those guys.
Yeah.
You didn't want to be a distraction. Now you'd go and help you know what I mean? Because I was that guy.
Yeah.
Where it's fucking like, I got to make a play here or I'm not making the team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got to be locked in on that last
Locked in.
preseason.
It's your Super Bowl.
Got to be, big time.
Now, like from actual like game player on the field stuff, are you like giving like a teammate, like let's say there's a defensive back or, you know, a safety, like, oh, Jules likes to do X, Y, and Z. Are you doing any like kind of colloquial like help out for players against your players?
Against my friends?
Yeah.
Hell no. You figure it out.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you got a question and you come ask me about it,
yeah,
I'll be like, yeah, he does. But I'm not just gonna come sell out my dog just for a win on the game. No.
Okay. So you do sell out your dogs.
Not really, but like like he said, if someone came and asked a question,
he's your teammate, you're gonna give some
you're gonna give your answer.
Yeah. But I'm not about to stick my head in the offensive meter. I'm like, hey, if they say gravy, it's a run. I'm not doing that.
No, does that happen? Do guys do that?
I've heard stories about it. In fact, when I was in Miami, I think we beat the Titans. That's when Dion was playing. And Dion had called me and was like, hey, you still got your black book. Bro, I have the black book of all the plays Josh McDaniels installed since 2012.
Yeah.
So I had that from 2012, 2018. And of course, it's like I got from 2012 to 2023. Every play he's ever installed. Repeats and everything. So Dion called me and said, hey, bro, you still got that book? Yeah, why, what's up? Man, I need it. So what you need it for? He's like, man, just send me the play calls. I was like, all right. So went to the office for the Dolphins and like put it on the scanner and just sent him the sheets. And I was like, yeah. So but that was it.
And
but
they
it's
beat
like,
us.
it
They
didn't.
beat you, yeah.
But the thing is though, is like you can have that information and
You got to execute.
you have to execute.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
There's
the
only
season.
so much that like
Yeah.
that shit does.
Yeah.
Well, you also mentioned a little bit earlier about how like maybe providing some insight to the coaching staff about like, hey, that might not work, that might work. How much is that going on, or how does that like go about?
I don't think that goes on a whole lot because like that was the first time I've ever heard or experienced that.
Quarterbacks, I bet, get it a lot.
Yeah, I think
If you're a
quarterbacks have
quarterback,
more.
Because you've got the whole offense essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in my instance, it was like I had been with everybody for so long, and the first time y'all tried to just do it by yourselves, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
It was like, let's bring him in here and let's just see. Like it was really like, if they line up like this, what's the amount of plays they can run? And it was like 6, maybe 7 out of this formation. But if they switch these two, and if y'all got this person covering him and this person, that kind of shrinks it to like 4 maybe. And so it was kind of like that. But like he said, you still got to go out there and execute. And with it being such a close game, it wasn't like the best execution, but we were more prepared the second time around opposed to the first.
Okay. Just a little bit more. And then so a little bit with the Patriots, there's kind of like from a fan's perspective, they might sign a guy a week or two before that maybe is an opponent. That's just coincidence. There's no like actual
yeah,
stuff
right.
trying
Bill
to.
is trying to pick that kid's brain, everything he knows.
And how often do you think
It
they
depends
actually
on
do
what
it?
team. Like B went to a team where they like maybe like they didn't. Bill was gonna put you under a microscope like you're a fucking frog and dissect everything.
Yeah. You go into the interrogation room, he turns the light on.
Oh,
yeah.
no, because when I came back in 19, Gase was in New York. He pulled me in his office. I've only been in Bill's office twice my entire career. The first time was to say hello. The second time was him to grill me about Adam Gase. And me and him sat in his office and watched film for like 50 minutes.
Wow.
He was like, what did they call this? What did they call that? Well, why did he do this? Well, why did you line up here? And it's like, bro, he's the coach. I just did what he fucking asked. I don't fucking know. But
you don't want to say anything wrong.
Yeah.
You're all scared and shit.
Come
on, coach.
Yeah.
because it's like you getting questioned by your girl. It's like you don't want to lie. It's just like she knows the truth, but just like
you don't want to be a snitch, but you also want to like get your coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So like that was still a scary moment because you never want to get that. Hey, Brandon, step into my office. Oh fuck, what did I do now? Start thinking about the days past. Like, did I miss something?
We need to talk after practice.
Like, now you just fucked up for the rest of practice. I don't want to do shit.
So then last one. So what's the, I guess, etiquette or protocol after a game? Is that when you can get a little bit?
That's when you can do it.
Yeah, that's when you're supposed to do it.
After the game.
But you can't, we couldn't swap jerseys.
Yeah, no jersey swap.
If the Patriots, because they pay you, or you have to pay for them?
Well, every team.
Really? Okay.
Every team you have to pay for it. But Bill specifically did not like you exchanging jerseys after a game.
And it was because those jerseys, like you get 3 hem jerseys really a year.
Yeah.
And so like it's a process to get the new one hemmed. Does it match this? Is he going to have the jersey for next? Which it doesn't seem like it's that hard in a multi-billion-dollar business.
Yeah.
But
you got 53 guys. You got 17, 16 games. That adds up.
I mean, yeah and no, because I just feel like a click of a button, you could get another 3,
Yeah. Yeah.
And even because they was taking it out of our checks anyway, so it wasn't like the team was losing money.
yeah.
Just charge you for the labor of the hem too.
And
It's just in case you didn't have a hem jersey where there'd be a little extra jersey for the guy to pull.
So if it wasn't like your game jersey, it was like he was real strategic about everything, even down to the fucking red gloves, which
He would get mad at me for wearing red
yeah,
gloves.
then you bring all the heat to me, and it's just like I don't even play offense. I'm on special teams, and it's like guys getting red gloves, getting holding calls. Everybody looking at me is like he had 2 holding calls last week, not me.
1.
Look at a lot of the penalties you got. Besides like your head to head shit, you didn't deserve those.
Yeah, but you go and you play a certain way, they got to get you.
They gotta get you.
And then what about, I know this on the field, what about like in the bowels of the stadium after? Does some guys like talk
Like
there
you'll
a
see
little
in
bit?
the tunnels.
Yeah.
Yeah, like walk into the bus and stuff.
Yeah.
You definitely go chop it up then. But most of the time, like, so for that Miami Miracle play, yeah, I'm out there with all the Dolphins and shit, but like, here's Slate, Sony, John Simon, Ted, James White. I think 12 hung around for a little bit. Like I dapped 12 up before he got off the field. So it's like, everybody get to hang out, but it's like, I'm out of breath and shit. Y'all out here just, I know y'all sad, but fuck, come on, man. Somebody smile. So, that'd be weird. But then it's like, boom, you go to the locker room, take a shower and everything calms down. It's like you kind of just go hang out by the buses and just like speak to my guys before they get out of here. Because you kind of allotted enough time to go hang out for a bit before we leave.
Yeah, I mean, it's 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're on to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Mhm.
I was just looking at that picture. I think Brady looks older in that picture than he does now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
it does.
Awesome. Thank you. That was another, for the audience, that was another peek behind the curtain. For many more topics you want to hear us kind of do this, drop them in the comments. We're down for them. We really like the segment.
BB, thank you so much for coming on, bro. I love you to death. You were an unbelievable teammate. One of the guys in the locker room that always stayed even killed and knew how. He was the DJ. He knew how to get everyone out of their fields. If they were in their fields, pre-practice, post-practice, any kind of practice, start the day right.
Yeah.
Love you to death, man.
I love you too, bro.
You got anything you want to plug?
Anything you plugging?
Only thing I'm plugging right now, I got starting a nonprofit organization. It's called the Be Bold Foundation. Kind of, it's multifaceted. It's just to get people to kind of get out of that stigma of going to the doctor and stuff like that. Especially like me, when I found out I had cancer, I'm not gonna lie to you, I ran from it for like 2 years. And then after we lost the Super Bowl to the Eagles, that's when I went and got myself tested and then kind of got on the right path. And shout out to all my California people because y'all was on me faster than anything. and got that squared away. So I've been cancer-free ever since.
Let's go.
And so just getting this foundation up and running, just getting the conversation, people about just, sometimes you got to take control of your life back, and that includes your health, mental health included. So, just getting that started and see how that goes.
Everyone go check out the BB Foundation, Brandon Bolden Foundation. What is it?
Be Bold Foundation.
Be Bold.
Yeah.
Is it BE Bold or is it just Be Bold?
BE Bold.
BE Bold Foundation. There'll probably be a website coming soon.
Definitely.
And that's another episode of Games with Names. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Comment a game you want us to do. And remember, rate and review. Leave us a 5-star review on Spotify while you're there. And remember to follow Games with Names on YouTube, Instagram, X, TikTok, Snapchat, and Discord.
No, not anymore.
No more Discord.
I killed it.
Cancel the Discord. Leave a comment on the YouTube full episode. We'll read the best ones in the future episodes. That number is 424-291-2290. That is the number to the old hotline. We'll see you guys next week. Games with Names, a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts.